Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Red Wing Shoes, located in the shops at Centerpoint in Grand Rapids at the corner of 28th Street and the Beltline. The store has everything you need for the worksite or the woods. Stop in or check them out online at redwingshoes.com. And by Mr. Muskie Charters, offering full-service guided fishing trips for walleye, muskie, bass, and sturgeon on Lake St. Clair and the Detroit and St. Clair rivers. Booking information is online at mrmuskiecharters.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson-Silik, and we've got a great show lined up for you this week. I'll introduce you to a young lady who's doing her part to get women involved in the shooting sports. You won't want to miss that story. And speaking of shooting, Jimmy and Jordan have some great hunts in store for us this week too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. We're actually going to kick things off with a bear hunt. We're going to show you what it looks like to hunt bear with hounds and also over bait. You won't want to miss that story. Then Jordan Brown is going to take us on a deer hunt from the youth hunt just a couple of weeks ago. Really cool story there. You won't want to miss that. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Discount Door Company, featuring residential and commercial garage doors, door styles, and build-your-own design tool available at discountdoorgr.com. Discount Door Company, serving West Michigan and the Grand Rapids area for over 25 years. By Hemisphere Design Works, a Muskegon manufacturer of sportsman's outdoor products for over 30 years, featuring the Terrain line of hard-sided hunting blinds designed for quick setup and removal with quiet operation. For more information and other products, hemispheredesignworks.com.
Soaking in the rich tradition of Michigan hunting for over 30 years, Vanguard is proud to sponsor our friends at Michigan Out of Doors TV.
Bear hunting in Michigan is always fun. Usually starts pretty early with a trip to get gas and coffee. Today I was joining a group just outside of Cadillac with the president of the Michigan Bear Hunters Association.
So we have been in existence since 1946, and we just work hard to protect, to conserve the bear and bobcat. That's our number one goal, is conservation of this resource that we treasure and really enjoy. So we work for, sensible regulations, protection of bears and cubs.
Today we were hunting with hounds. It is really a fun way to hunt. Not very easy, takes a lot of training, but very exciting. We had several baits set up in the area, and the guys had a trail cam pick from one of the sites early this morning, so we went in to take a look. So Tim, what are we doing here now?
Well, we're checking a bait. It was hit last night. The bear was here till 4 in the morning. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock right now, so we'll turn a couple dogs loose and see what they say. So we just turned the dogs loose at a bait, and we have GPS collars on them so we can keep track of them. There's a major highway, 1.5 miles west of here. We want to make sure they don't cross. So this is mostly for safety, but we can keep them on private or off of private land, on public land.
Gotcha.
Yep. Oh, mine didn't go. Here they are.
Well, these hunts never totally go to script. Tim got his dogs back, and the guys listened for a while to see if the dogs were going to be able to jump this bear and get a chase going. Well, with the very warm conditions, the dogs were having some issues. So after a few hours, we pulled the dogs, but it was still a fun morning with a really good group of folks. Lots of kids involved. This is a very social sport.
Well, it's getting hot, and the dogs are hot, and we're quitting for the day. It's going to be a hot one today, so we're going to try again tomorrow, get an earlier start. Hopefully get things rolling before it gets warm.
And so what kind of happened at that bait site this morning? Or what didn't happen, I guess I should say?
I think just a combination of things. It's dry and hot, and the track was just too old. The dogs could not figure out where the bear went.
Okay.
It happens. It's not as easy as some people think it is. It's definitely not a guarantee, hound hunting.
I was only able to be there for the first day, but Ed Shaw was able to run a camera on day 2, and it was off with a bang. The guys got a bear going early, and it looked like the dogs had it treed. Now, when the guys get to the tree, they usually gather all the dogs, tie them off for safety for all involved, and then get the hunter in place. Well, this bear was very low in the tree, so everything was a little more tense than normal. This is also when you have time to judge the bear to see if it's big enough, make sure there are no cubs involved. It's pretty exciting to see a bear this up close and personal. So we moved our hunter into position, and the bear came down the tree at about the same time, not offering a good clean shot. So the guys put the dogs back down and shortly had that same bear up another tree. Shannon Abraham was our hunter today, and he liked the bear and settled in to take the shot.
Take your time, there's no rush.
So we finally had some success today after 2 days of trying. It's been really hot and dry, but we had some luck today getting a bear jumped and harvested it on federal land, so we're happy. Shannon's excited, I think.
Yes, sir.
So this goes to show that hunting with dogs is not a guaranteed operation. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, so we're happy.
Yeah, and I want to thank Tim for
Yeah,
all his help and
no
his
problem.
great dogs.
It's a good time. So.
Hunting with hounds is really a lot of fun, thanks to all that made that happen. But if sitting and waiting is more your thing, then maybe bear baiting is a better fit for you. As we followed a hunter in the UP, Ed Shaw from the DNR told me what they offer to help teach bear hunting classes here in Michigan.
Students have an opportunity through the Michigan DNR, the Outdoor Skills Academy, to come to the Carl T. Johnson Hunting and Fishing Center to take a bear hunting class. We do it 3 weekends out of the year, every year. So if you draw a tag and you're interested in learning about bear hunting, we cover how to bait yourself. We cover ways to contact people with dogs, and we make recommendations and suggestions, and we help people bear hunt. So we have a very good success rate, and several others have already gotten bears. It's a very fun class. You have the opportunity to talk one-on-one with a conservation officer. We go through ethical ways to bait. We go through regulations, what to look for, and teach people how to place their shot, and not only that, but field judge the bear so that they're taking a bear that they really want to shoot.
In some parts of the UP, you can get a tag almost every year, like our young hunter today, Zach Williams.
My name's Zach. First day of Michigan bear hunting in Germfast. Getting the shack about noon. Bears been coming in since around 1 to 3 almost every day, and we're gonna see if we can get them.
Well, Zach had a bear in very early. This bear had a nice V on its chest, but seemed a little small, so Zach waited a bit longer, only to have another bear, a little bigger bear, head into his bait. So when the second bear gave him a good, clean shot, he took it.
There you go. This 2018 Michigan bear hunt. This is my 3rd year bear hunting. Opening day, I've gotten one every year for the past 3 years. Got in the blind around noon today. Sat there for about an hour. One bear came in, tipped a barrel over, scared himself, then he came back. And then he laid there for a little bit, ate and left. Half an hour. This one came in, laid down, started eating. Got up and looked around, and then got back down and started eating again. And then looked back up again, and I shot him. Went about 30 yards. So, thank you.
Yeah, man. You made a great shot again.
Thank you, Stan.
Third year in a row, you made a perfect shot.
Thank you.
Larry Finkbinder was also in the same camp, and he was looking down the barrel at a very nice bear as well.
Hey, congrats, buddy. Good shot. Good job. That's a nice bear. Yep. Look at the size of this thing.
What a bruiser of a bear, weighing in at 468 pounds. And what a great couple of days in the UP. So whether you choose to bait or hunting with hounds, bear hunting here in Michigan is an important tool in managing our bear population. And it is a lot of fun, provides good meat, and if you've never tried it, well, you may want to just give it a try next year here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
For our next segment on this week's show, we're going to bring you our very last hunt from the youth deer season that took place a couple of weeks ago. This year, I was actually able to stay pretty close to home and spend some time in the blind with my younger cousin, Kylie. For this week's show, I was in the central part of the state for the youth deer season, where I would be hunting with my cousin Kylie and Uncle Dan. The piece of property we were hunting is a perfect example of what can happen when you put in a little time and effort into creating cover for wildlife. It was about 15 years ago when we planted over 10,000 pine trees in this once vacant field. The hunting has undoubtedly changed for the better, and tonight we were hoping that it would produce yet again. The first few hours were pretty slow, with only a couple of does passing by. But as the light started to fade, we noticed movement along the edge of the woods, and eventually a nice buck stepped out.
He's coming towards us. Nice one. Big buck, big shooter. See it right along the woods, honey. Okay, it's okay. You see where we're talking, honey? No. They should be a little off. Right. You see the pines? Yes. Just to the right of them. There, he just put his head up. Oh, I see him. Okay, he's walking away. He must be gonna have to get. Okay, get ready, okay, honey? Can you get him in your scope, okay? Gonna have to turn, obviously, but.
The buck was within our range, and it appeared as if he was not going to get any closer, so we decided that if he turned broadside, we would try and take a shot.
Okay, he's turning. Go ahead if you need, honey. Can I shoot him? What? Can I shoot him? Yeah. Get it right on his chest. Don't go low. It's up there. Okay. Tail tucked. This guy's tail tucked. Watch him. Watch him. He went right in where those does went in. Yep. Right in where the does went in.
I think I got a good shot on him.
Did you feel good when you actually shot it? That's a big old buck. That's a nice buck. Well, our buck just come out of the woods over here about roughly 100 yards, 110 yards, and started making a scrape. And we had to wait for him for quite a while because he was facing right away from us.
Yeah.
So finally she got a shot. I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Started eating at like the brush above and finally turned his body around where I could shoot him.
I know he was good broadside when she shot.
Yeah,
and he is tail tucked, and he looked like
I almost thought when he went in, where those doors kind of went in, that you could see some blood on his side. But we'll look at the footage, I think.
Okay.
I think you were in there, but it was tough to tell. It happened fast.
Yeah, it did. He wasn't out very long.
No, he wasn't, but that was kind of a nice little deal there.
I don't think he was ever going to get closer to us. I don't know if we'd get another shot. Nice job.
After watching the footage several times and taking a quick glance at where the buck was standing when Kylie shot, we decided we'd better play it safe and come back the next morning.
Okay, we're back out here this morning. We went back and took a look at the footage. Right here is the actual ground scrape this buck was on, and it kind of appeared that she hit it back. We thought that she may have hit it back, so me and Jordan actually walked out here last night, and we did find a little bit of gut, and so we're back this morning. We let him lay all night. It's good and cold out tonight, so that should be no problem. Back here we got some more family with us, and we're going to do some body searching here this morning.
Good job, congratulations.
Thanks.
Ooh, we'll have to get him out of here a little bit so we can see him.
Oh.
Is there room in there? Or?
Doesn't smell the greatest.
Nope. Oh. That there. We'll have to look for pictures. Oh, you know, I might recognize him. I do have pictures of him. That's too good. Well, as you can see, we found it here. It pretty much was exactly what we thought. It hit back a little bit in the guts. It had a good exit, but it's a good thing we left it overnight. You never know on a gut shot. So, but I do have a few pictures of this guy. He's pretty telltale by this horn tine being gone. But yeah, he's a nice little buck. He looks like he's a 2.5-year-old. Beautiful, beautiful cape on him. He's a gorgeous deer. Got the short hair. So we did well.
There wasn't much to go off of, just a little bit of guts here and there, but
yep.
Not much.
Had a little, maybe a little rodent or coyote kind of get at him a little bit, but nothing, no meat lost. So should be just fine. Good job, honey. Number 5?
5, yeah.
All right, great job.
It's hard to think of a better way to start the season than being a part of a successful youth deer hunt. Congratulations to Kylie and to all of the youth hunters around the state who were able to fill a tag during this year's youth deer season.
In this next story, we're going to introduce you to a young lady who feels so passionate about skeet shooting that she's doing everything she can to introduce brand new women into the shooting sports. And while we were visiting with this group of ladies, we also had a surprise visit from a shooting legend here in Michigan. In the northeast corner of the Lower Peninsula, Lost Lake Woods Club is nestled into a beautiful chunk of property here in Alcona County. Once a week, a group of ladies gathers at the skeet range here for some shooting instruction led by Chelsea Friddle.
We're at Lost Lake Woods Shotgun Range, and we're going to have some of our women shooters shoot today. We have some newer women down here, so I'll be going through some safety, respect of your shotgun, how to mount the gun, your stance, and see what we can do.
Awesome. How long have you guys been doing this program?
The Women's Night has just started this summer.
Okay.
I host a women's night on Monday nights, and I thought it would be really cool to get some new shooters down here, and I knew that the women were kind of distracted by having men shooters here, and I thought, well, I'll do a women's night, and it's been going really well. So when I first started, I started with safety. That's our number one rule here, is never point a gun at anybody, never have it loaded while you're walking around. I kind of go through all those steps with them before I even take them on the range. And then I go outside and we work on how to mount the gun, how to stand, and then I'll have them follow a few targets before they even load it.
So why do you think it's important to teach women how to shoot?
Well, I was in a domestic violent relationship. Mine was more emotional than it was physical. Although it's still abuse. I stayed in a domestic violent shelter named La Casa in Howell, and I met a lot of women there, and I heard a lot of stories, and sitting there asking women what they had been through and why they didn't protect themselves, they just told me that they were uncomfortable with guns and they didn't know how to shoot and they didn't want it in their house. even to protect themselves and their kids. So when I came up here and I got the job here, I've been at this range since I was a kid, so I'm really comfortable being here and all the members here know me. I decided to start Women's Night, and I think it's really good. It's good to see all these women that have never held a gun from where they were to now, being able to stand and hold up the gun and feel comfortable with it, and that's what I want.
Chelsea has been meeting with this group of ladies for just a few months now, and it's pretty impressive to see how far they've come in a short amount of time, and how Chelsea's passion for shooting shines through in all of them.
Yes, yeah, we joke around. Men, when they miss, it's a joke. They think it's funny. It kind of just goes off, you know. And with women, if that was to happen, it would, you know, hurt them, and they would feel that they wouldn't want to shoot anymore. And they come down here with their husbands and they see that they are doing that they're kind of joking around, haha, you missed one, and they say, oh man, if I miss one, they're really gonna make fun of me. And with women, it's encouraging. We all get very excited. Even if you miss, just holding a gun and being out there, it's better than going to work.
In here, go ahead and pull it up.
Now this is left-handed, so I've never done this.
Yep, so we're working, seeing if left-handed works better for her because she's left eye dominant.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, pull.
Close. If she shot it sooner, she would have got it because the wad almost went right through it. You did good.
Oh. Pull. Oh, I waited.
You waited.
Yeah. No, not my first time. This is my first time left-handed because I'm left eye dominant and I've never shot with my left side before.
Do you feel like it's more comfortable shooting left-handed now?
It's getting there.
Yeah, it takes some work, but once you start seeing down the barrel, it'll bring a world of difference for you.
That was the first time I think I shot with both eyes open.
Yeah.
As Chelsea says, the social aspect of shooting sports is sometimes different for women as opposed to men. There are some differences in the physical aspect of shooting, too.
So women have to hold the gun a lot differently than a man. A man's stature is a lot thicker, especially in the shoulders. So as women, we have to really hug onto the gun and really lean into it. And then with women, I find that swinging the gun is a lot more difficult. So that's why I put them on low 7 and we work on high house, because you really have to swing it. So I want them to have the extreme and then work our way from there.
Skeet shooting can be challenging for sure, and nobody knows that better than our special guest who showed up for a visit at the range today. Ms. Sally Hubbard shoots here at the club, but at the young age of 88 years old, she doesn't get out as much as she used to. I caught up with Sally to hear about her impressive shooting career that started over 60 years ago. You have some major accomplishments under your belt too, don't you?
Just a few.
Can you tell me what they are?
Well, I set a world's record with the 410 for women. I broke 90 out of 100. Broke a record that stood for 40 years. I've been on the Michigan State team, Skeet team, for several years. I'm in the Michigan State Skeet Hall of Fame. Just a few little things.
That's awesome. Yeah. What do you like about shooting?
The companionship, the people you meet, the people you shoot with. That says it all.
Very cool. All right. Sally showed us how it's done and stepped up to break a couple of clays and give some pointers to the new shooters. Chelsea has been involved in the club for many years and wanted to do her part to introduce more people to the shooting sports.
When I was a kid, I would come down here and there was all kinds of people here. It was really busy all the time. And then as years went on, it was kind of a dying sport. There's not a lot of people that are involved in it. And I think it's important for people to be involved in shooting, especially with all that's going on now. If you have a respect for firearms, I feel that a lot of those things wouldn't happen.
Chelsea's passion definitely shows, and her work is making a difference here on the range and in these ladies' lives off the range. It's refreshing to see a young lady like Chelsea passing on her shooting skills to another generation, and it was an honor to see Sally Hubbard in action out here on the range. With the help from these incredible women, the shooting sports have a great future here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned over the next several weeks. We've got lots of fun in store for you here this fall on the show. We'll show you how we've been doing so far for bow hunting. We'll take you out waterfowling, river fishing for steelhead and salmon, all sorts of fun headed your way this fall. If you'd like to know where we are or where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online is a great way to kind of keep up with us. Of course, we're always at MichiganOutofDoorsTV.com. You can check us out there. And if you're on social media, you can look at the different social media platforms. We're on several of those, kind of see what we're up to on a day-to-day basis. And if you're on YouTube ever, you can always subscribe to our channel there at Michigan Out of Doors TV and get an email sent to you anytime we post something new. Lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks. Make sure that you are joining us. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or greenstonefcs.com. By the locally owned and operated members of the Michigan Petroleum Association and the National Oil Heat Research Alliance, who provide oil heat with bioheat, a renewable fuel source designed to benefit the home and the environment. Details on the web at useoilheatmichigan.com. By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com. By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows, manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan. G5 offers a line of archery bows, broadheads, and accessories. On the web at g5outdoors.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, east to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am